Welcome to a high-level platform preview of MyTalentPlanner. MyTalentPlanner platform enables small to medium-sized businesses to attract, hire, develop, and retain their talent to execute their strategy and achieve their vision. It's the only software for small to medium-sized businesses that has their strategy, their talent, and their execution plans integrated together all in one place. MyTalentPlanner makes having the right people and the right strategy easy for small to medium-sized businesses. This is a very exciting preview for us because we just added the first of many features that uses artificial intelligence in MyTalentPlanner. Now, when you log into MyTalentPlanner, you come to the dashboard. On the left side is your personal dashboard, and that's where you have all the action plans with due dates that you committed to. You also have the development plans on how the company is investing in your professional and your personal development. On the right side of the dashboard, you have the company dashboard, and you have how the company is doing on its 10-year North Star and how it's doing on each of the goals that it's executing in its current sprint. When you come to the navigation, you'll see that we have the process steps. When we built MyTalentPlanner, we used two words: simple. Keep it simple and intuitive, and make it self-serve. So a company can walk through the process steps on their own and use all the videos that are included in the software and the checklist, or they can utilize a trained talent planning advisor to guide them through the process to get them on board the software. The next thing we have is the strategy tab, and that is the strategic vision of the company and the financial vision of the company. These two combined create the bullseye that guides all decisions you make in your organization, especially your talent decisions. So let's just say you're creating a 3-year strategic vision and a 3-year financial vision. And again, that guides all future decisions moving forward. I often get asked, why is strategy in your talent planning model? And the reason it is because in order for us to understand what talent we need, we first have to know where we're going as a company. And that's why strategy, talent, and execution are integrated together in MyTalentPlanner. A request that we received from our users was to build a live link library that enables them to include other strategy and financial documents that are connected to the strategy and talent plan that they're putting together. Then you go to the talent tab. We like to say that the strategic plan is the first plan you put together, but the most important plan you will have is your talent plans. Talent plans are put together at the leadership team level, they're put together at the department level, and they're put together for each person in the organization. So at the leadership team level, let's just quickly walk through what's in a talent plan. Now, I want you to think about your team or your company or a company that you know. As we go through this, just think about it. Now, let's use the example that we have a $15 million company currently, and we want it to be $22 million at the end of our 3-year vision. And so what the talent plan does is it puts all the strategies and action plans that you need to execute over the next 3 years to take your team from being a $15 million company to that $22 million vision you have. Talent planning is working upstream to resolve any people-related issues before they impact the business, and really to continue to grow your teams and your leaders across the organization to achieve that vision that you have put together. So in the talent plan, you have the strengths of the team that we need to leverage. You have the weaknesses and blind spots that you need to minimize. You have the high potentials we need to retain. You have the skill set gaps we need to fill over the next 3 years. You have the development priorities for each person on the team. You have the prioritized promotions and new hires over the next 3 years. You have the succession plans we need to put in place. And then you have your action plans and notes. There are several permission levels in the software so that you can define who gets to see what in the software. And so the only person that can see the talent plan for the team is that leader. And so in this case, the only person that can see the talent plan for the leadership team is the leader of the company. We put a bunch of tools in the software to enable leaders to build out their talent plans. One of the things that we built in here are the team wheels. So you have disc, natural, disc adaptive, and you have the driving forces. You can turn on and off different behavioral sciences that you use. We also have the 9 box that really looks at potential versus performance. So Brandy here, Brandy is a high potential. We got to retain Brandy. Megan is a high potential. We need to put a development plan in place for Megan to move her to becoming a high potential or a star. So the 9 box enables the leader to kind of think through where each team member is at, comparing their potential versus their performance. We also have the organizational structure for the company built in the software that really connects the dots and who reports to whom. And everybody in the organization that's a user can see the org structure to have role clarity. And so you can click on any person and you can see their disc and their driving forces. Let's say you're going to have a meeting with them. You can see how they want to be communicated to and why they make decisions. What's their motivators? The other feature we have built in here is what we call the talent vision. The talent vision, we'll use the example of a $15 million company that wants to be $22 million in 3 years. What is the functional organizational structure that needs to be in place by the end of 3 years to be a $22 million organization? And as you add more data and information to the future functional structure, it becomes your talent vision. We have a strategic vision for the organization. We should have a talent vision as well. We have a strategic plan for the organization. We should have a talent plan for our organization as well. So that's under the talent tab. One thing I'll just quickly cover is under the departments tab, you have the current organizational structure for every department in your organization. You have a talent plan for every single department in your organization. You have the team wheels and you have the 9 box for every single department. And these departments in the drop-down here are customized to fit your organization. So that's the departments tab. I'll finish up with the talent here. Under the My Plan, every person in the organization has a place for their one-on-one meetings to be recorded. And here's where we integrated AI. So let's say you're having a one-on-one meeting and you really want to focus on the person. You don't want to be distracted by making notes. You can hit the transcribe button here and AI will document everything that you say and record in the notes. You can leave it that way, or when you're done, you can highlight all the notes and hit summarize, and artificial intelligence will summarize all the notes for you as well. So it really allows you to focus on the meeting at hand. We have artificial intelligence in every meeting in the software, as well as every area that you enter notes. You can just speak into the software and it'll record it for you. We have the behavioral science assessments for every person in the organization, and you can also upload the reports right in the software here, so they're all stored in the software that you don't have to go to a different server. We have a development plan for every single person in the organization, their do's and don'ts, their strengths and weaknesses, their professional and personal goals. Talent planning develops the total person. And so it's really important that we understand not only what they want to accomplish professionally, but personally as well. What are potential career paths that they want to take in the organization? What relationships do they need to strengthen? And what are the specific development action plans that they're going to take over the next 3 to 6 months to enhance their development, to achieve their professional and personal goals? And then the last tab here under My Plan is the performance plan. Performance reviews aren't a once-a-year conversation. They're an ongoing conversation. And so in the performance plan, you have the key accountabilities for each position, the amount of time, they're prioritized in order, and then have the amount of time that they spend on that key accountability each week, each month. And then you also have the area where you can rate them. So we always like the leader to bring their ratings and the team member to bring their rating on each key accountability. And it's really a collective conversation to get to a final rating here on how they're doing on their key accountabilities. These are the key accountabilities, the most important things they have to get done in their job. How are they doing focusing on getting those done? And one of the most powerful performance conversations you can have is using start, stop, and continue. Having the leader fill out what can the leader start, stop, and continue doing to help this team member succeed, and what does the leader think the team member has to start, stop, and continue doing. And then the team member also fills out those 2 questionnaires as well. And it's really a collective conversation on how we both can get better to help that team member perform at a higher level. Under the goals section, you've seen the goals already in the dashboard, but I'll show you these are all the goals for the sprint that we currently have in place. We usually execute 3 or 4 month sprints, so 4 sprints at length of 3 months. I personally like 3 sprints a year at 4 months because it gives us more time for execution, but it can be customized to any length that you want. Under the action plans tab, this is where accountability becomes gets raised to a whole nother level because it's all very transparent. Everybody can see who's getting what done and who's not getting what done. So all the action plans are recorded here in the action plans page. Now, something I want to explain quickly is that there's a difference between working on the business and working in the business. An act on plan is tied to a goal, and it's really working on the business to advance the organization. An act in plan typically comes out of meetings, and it's working in the business. Like if I agree to run a sales report on the top 10 customers we have to see how they're doing, that's an act in plan. So we really separate working on the business versus in the business, which is really important to make sure that we keep working on our business. You can see we have items that we can put in the parking lot for future ideas. And then this tracks all the development plans across the organization. You can sort this by action plan. You can sort it by department. You can sort it by owner. And so let's sort by Brandy, and we can see that Brandy has 6 action plans. 3 are act on and act in. And Brandy's on the leadership team, so is 50% of her time acting on the business enough? And so obviously you want as many people working on the business as possible to advance the organization. So that's the action plans page. And all action plans in the organization are tracked, monitored, and make sure they're completed so we execute the plan. And lastly, we have the meetings tab. The meetings tab is critical to execution. Effective and efficient meetings that are focused on getting things done, having a very focused agenda, and making sure that we are getting done what we commit to. And so we got the Monday huddle here. So all the action plans, you can see all the notes from last meeting, the last meetings we have. You can take notes, you can transcribe, let artificial intelligence transcribe it. You have the agenda. You can edit the agenda to make it whatever you want. We have recommended agendas. If someone agrees to an action plan, it gets recorded here and it shows up in their dashboard. If somebody wants to add an item to an agenda, or they want to transfer an issue or opportunity to a different meeting, they can do that here. You can add updates. You can put links in here to documents. The meeting interface is very functional and very flexible to basically track every meeting in your company. The only person that can see into a meeting is a person that is an attendee of the meeting. So MyTalentPlanner is the only software that has the strategy, the talent, and the execution plans for small to medium-sized businesses. And we're excited about being a resource to help companies achieve their vision, achieve their goals, and achieve, most importantly, their professional and personal goals in their life. If you'd like more information, please email me at steve@mytalentplanner.com or go to mytalentplanner.com and check in with us there. We want to be a resource to help you build the team to achieve your dream.